Bande Namatariko
Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Vande Namatariko
Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Shri Jiva Gopalako
Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo
Shri Jiva Gopalako Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Shri Jiva Gopalako So far, Mother Devahuti, you see, it's a sequential discussion happening, gradually building up. Even though we had discussed that Nirguna Bhakti, mostly we are discussing about how one should prepare oneself or how one should commit himself to the practices. But what he is going to actually practice, that is going to become only excellent devotion. So whatever we have been discussing so far, we are trying to give you the impression or understanding the purpose of understanding the excellence of Swarupa Siddha Bhakti. So far we have been discussing Gunibhuta Bhakti, right? So, and before that, in general, we are discussing what is Uttama Bhakti. But now, in two verses, 11 and 12, the purpose of understanding the supreme excellence of Swarupa Bhakti, these various divisions of Bhakti have been described. Srila Jiva Goswami says, Atha yasya eva sarvatkursa jnanartham ete bhakti veda nirupita. Just now we are discussing about 81 categories of bhakti. So these different divisions of bhakti have been discussed because we want to put emphasis on to understanding the supreme excellence of that bhakti. What is that bhakti? Sa bhakti matra kama, sa bhakti matra kamatvat, niskama, nirguna, kebala, swarupa siddha nirupyate. So in that excellent devotional service, there is only one desire. What is that? Only and only bhakti. Only and only bhakti means you are chanting, you are reading, whatever you are doing only to serve Krishna. There is no other desire. Only for bhakti. Okay? That is called either Niskama Bhakti or Kebala Bhakti or Nirguna Bhakti. That is what it is. Yam eva akinchanadyat khyattvena sarvo urdhva mai abhita. Also, sometimes this kind of bhakti is termed as akinchana. Akinchana bhakti means, or you can say niskinchana, means those who are niskinchanas means they don't have any hankering in this world. They are niskinchana bhakta and they undertake this kind of bhakti. akinchana, free from all material desires. So, in these two verses, this is declared that the highest and most exalted of all devotional practices. So what is that? He said, Madguna Sruti Matrena Mai Sarva Guhasaye Manogati Ravichhinna Yatha Gandham Bhasam Rujo Lakshanam Bhakti Yogasya Nirgunasya Hidaritam Ahaitukya Vihata Ya Bhakti Purushottame. So here it is said, the manifestation of unadulterated devotional service is exhibited when one's mind is at once attracted to hearing the transcendental name and qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is residing in everyone's heart. Just as the water of the Ganges flows naturally down towards the ocean, such devotional ecstasy, uninterrupted by any material condition, flows towards the Supreme Lord. So, Madguna Sruti Matrena. न तो तत्र उद्देश्यांतर सिद्ध्य अभिप्रायण. So, just now you were discussing that somebody who is performing Rajasika Bhakti or Tamasika Bhakti, they have some desire, ulterior motive, right? He is envious, he is trying to put down somebody, he is creating a kind of groupism. Those kind of desires are there. But here, when it is said this bhakti, which is called the Madguna Sruti Matrena, means he is hearing about the qualities of the Lord not with the intention of achieving anything other than just to serve the Lord. Sometimes the mind incessantly flows to Krishna, who is residing in everyone's heart. Mai sarva guhasaya. So here we are not actually by saying that Mai sarva guhasaya means you are meditating on Paramatma. No. We are trying to understand his opulence. That I am serving him who is also in the heart of all living entities. I want to hear his qualities, his pastimes, because I just want to be his devotee. Okay? And here it is said, he further describes Manogati avichinna Vishyantarena avachettum asakya ja manogati sa. When we are in this world, we have been in contact with different kind of people, different kind of situations, which are constantly offering us opportunity to get in touch with material objects. Even if there are some facilities to get involved with the material objects, manogati avichinna. No, his mind is never distracted from the process of listening to the glories of the personality of Godhead. That is called Swarupa Siddha Bhakti. You understand? In spite of challenges, in spite of some disturbances, his mind is not taken away. Then that practice is called Swarupa Siddha Bhakti. That's called Manogati Avichinna. The flow of mind which cannot be confined or limited by any other object. That means whenever there is some opportunity for the object of the senses, he is not agitated. He is not looking upon those things. He's like I gave the example of a boy. This is a perfect example actually. That boy, he's playing with everybody, and then when it comes to eating, he's just quiet. He will not eat. Nobody can feed him even one grain. Manogati avichinna. It's perfect example actually. Huh? That bhakti is pure bhakti. The unceasing or uninterrupted nature of pure bhakti is given by an example here. What is the example? Jatha Gangam Bhasam Buddho. When you go to Gomukh, from where this Ganga is coming down, and if you follow Ganga's course, you are going by bus route, you are not following her course actually. But if you start walking from its original source, from Gomukh, you will see Ganga is flowing through big, big rocks, right, in front of her. So many big, big boulders are there. But has any boulder ever able to be successfully obstruct her flow? No, right? She started all the way from Himalaya and coming down to meet with ocean in Ganga Sagar. Similarly, when this devotee he starts practicing the Swarupa Siddha Bhakti, whatever obstacles it may be facing in this material world, no obstacle can stop his manogati. That he is always thinking or hankering to when time is there, or even if he is making some arrangements actually, there is no time, he is still finding some time out, how he can always be engaged in such kind of practice of hearing the glory of the Lord. And just as the water of the Ganges flows naturally down toward the ocean. Similarly, by merely listening to the qualities of the Lord, the mind incessantly flows to Him. Understand this example? His mind is never hindered, is not stopped by any amount of material disturbances. This verse describes the nature of pure bhakti, emphasizing that it is free from motives of material rewards and it is directly realized. That's what it said. Ahaituki phalanusandhana rahita. Ahaituki, you see in the verse, ahaituki abhyabhihata, right? Ahaituki means the free from material pursuits. Okay, ahaituki. Then abhyabhihata, it is unimpeded means directly manifested through hearing the transcendental name quality. So here we have to see one thing. When we undertake this practice, for example, we are hearing this Krishna's pastime from Bhagavatam, or we are chanting any Navadha Bhakti you can take. We are doing deity worship, for example. Okay, if you say, take the example of deity worship. You are doing deity worship today, tomorrow, every day you continue. What actually happening? Why we say it is abhyabhita? Abhyabhita means when you are doing this bhakti today, it is giving you the foundation, stronger foundation to do bhakti tomorrow. This bhakti is the cause of intensified bhakti that you are going to continue tomorrow. That's why there is no obstruction. When you are being obstructed, when your mind is becoming weak, right? But this pure devotional practice, the nature of this pure devotional practice is such that you are becoming more strong. Your bhakti is becoming more strong day by day. Therefore, we give more emphasis onto quality. What is the quality of your chanting? What is the quality of your hearing? If we don't pay attention to the quality, then we are becoming weak. Then Manogati sometimes getting vichinna, distracted, obstructed. So, the result is means not dependent on any superimposed qualities or results, such as ritualistic activities prescribed in the Vedas or bodily activities. Means sometimes some people they say, well, I am born in this particular family, in our family tradition, they have been worshipping this deity. How can I stop worshipping them? If I don't do, there are a lot of misfortune coming in our life, so better to continue this. That is not Abhyavita Bhakti. Your bhakti is abstracted. Krishna is saying, that's why many people they say, they have Krishna worship going on simultaneously, so many demigods are also there in their altar, you find. That is not Advaita Bhakti. Bhakti is being obstructed. You may ask this question, Prabhu, just now you were saying that no, this bhakti itself is so powerful, it will eradicate all these inauspicious qualities, they will become okay, fine. That is one explanation. Now you should hear another explanation. In the verse that Dharmo projita kaitavatra paramo nirmat saranam satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayoन्मूलनम श्रीमद् भागवते महामुनि कृते किंबा परैश्वर सद्य हृदि अवरुध्यते कृति भी शुश्रूषु तत्क्षणात्. In this verse, Srila Sridhar Swami he explains that sadya hidi avarudhyate iti atra. He is saying that if somebody is simultaneously engaged in practicing Krishna Bhakti, pure devotional service, at the same time, he is also kind of, doing other things. Normally we think, oh, no, it is helping me in Bhakti. It is not helping you in Bhakti. He is saying, Vilambena avarudhyate. If you are giving your mind to cultivate other activities such as demigod worship or ancestral worship or whatever, some kind of social function attending, then what happens? He's saying, Vilambena avarudhyate. It will take long time to Lord get encased in your heart. But when it is sadhya avarudhyate, when he is immediately encased, just when he is just desiring to hear about the glories of the Krishna. That means there is no other engagement. As I said, Krishna is very demanding, you should know. Krishna demands only me, no other deviation. I don't want your mind to go anywhere else. That is Abhyavita Bhakti. Now you want to kind of do demigod worship, you want to satisfy your parents and everybody, and you want to become a pure devotee, practitioner of Nirguna Bhakti. How is it possible? Abhyavita Bhakti. Okay? So, then this devotion is not obstructed by external factors, being purely rooted in its very essence. That is called Swarupa Siddha Bhakti. Now you should know there is a bhakti called Arupa Siddha. Arupa Siddha means attributive bhakti. What is that attributive? Shri Jagannath, Baladev, Sudra, Maharani ki. So this Arupa Siddha Bhakti refers to devotion that becomes pure due to the intention behind it. Okay? You remember, yes, even before, just previously, we were also discussing about the intention. because his intentions are mixed with the modes, right? Then it becomes that Gunibhuta Bhakti. But now, what is that intention helping me to perform this Arupa Siddha Bhakti? We are giving the example. Even though the activity itself may not be directly devotional, but intention, then it becomes Arupa Siddha Bhakti. The act is not inherently bhakti, but it is offered to the Lord, then it is again, we are coming back to that karmarpana mayi, not bhati. No, offering to Bhagavan with bhakti, that you should understand we are intending to karmarpana mayi, not bhati. For example, just like you see, we are giving the example of Maharaj Ambarish, right? He was a king, he was doing everything, but what you are doing? You are doing service for the Lord also. Sometimes what happens, some people in India, they will keep the deity, they themselves will not do deity worship. Who will do? They will have paid Brahmana, Pujari coming and doing this. No, you yourself should serve. In your house also, everybody, both husband and wife, you should serve the Lord. So how to do? No, we have got only one set of duty. So we can keep two sets of duty. Don't need to keep two sets of duty. How can you do practically? You see, you have your schedule. I'm not asking you to change your schedule. Maybe you are doing Abhishekam once in a week or once in 15 days. Whatever your schedule is, doesn't matter. You can do that. How we should do? Okay, this week mother is doing. Next week father can do. One way. Another way is every day also you can have your Manasa Puja. Manasa Puja means you prepare Samanya Argha, then you sit there, meditating the purification process, chanting the mantra, and then you use the Samanya Argha by saying Idamasam, Om, or Deti Mula mantra, Padyam Argham Achamanyam, Madhuparka Pnurachamanyam Snanyam, Vastam Alankaram, Imani Abharanani, then Naivedyam, right? You continue. The Sodasopachar Puja also can be done in Manasa Puja. You do every day. Okay? And then you go to your work. Ambarish Maharaj was a king. Karo Hare Mandira Mardhanadishu, Sutim Chakarachyuta Satkothodaya, right? He's engaging his hearing in glory, hearing the glories of the Lord, engaging his hands in cleaning the temple. He was doing that. So every day we have to do that. Okay? So that's why the example of Arupa Siddha Bhakti have been given as the example of Ambarish Maharaj. And mental peace also. But they don't show that. You want me. For us, we are on the process. जेनापि प्रत्यतिगुणं मद्भावाय प्रत्यते. Madhbhavaya. Vishnu Thakur, he is speaking while commenting on this word, Madhbhavaya. Mad Vishayaka Premne. Love directed towards me. So that means prema can be attained only by practicing nirguna bhakti. So when we are engaged in this nirguna bhakti, as I said, our practice is sadhana. Whatever we are doing in sadhana stage, it will bring to the platform of bhava and eventually it will bring to the platform of prema. If we are mixing this bhakti with any other intentions, any other mood, then it will not consequently lead us to attain prema. Therefore, even though we have this understanding that we perform bhakti to ultimately come to the platform of prema, but prema is not very easily attained. Because we have these deficiencies of mixing these moods with our devotional practices. Now, from text number 15 to 19, the practices or methods for attaining Kevala Bhakti are being described. Again, some other way is being discussed how to attain this Kevala Bhakti. निषेविते ना निमित्तेन स्वधर्मेण महीयसा क्रिया योगेन सस्तेन नाति हिंसेन निश्चयसा. The mind of my nirguna bhakta becomes purified, is saying how? By careful performance of daily religious duty without any material motive, without excessive violence. One should regularly perform one's devotional activities. Okay, without violence. You devotees don't commit any violence? You tell me. When you are practicing bhakti, do you harm any other entities or not?
Yes.
How?
Children.
Children.
Keep shouting.
Okay. Just telling your children. Okay, any other way? Vegetables. Okay.
Insects, small insects.
Small insects. Okay. When you go to the garden to pick flowers, you are sweeping or you are bringing vegetables, there is some hinsa happening, violence happening, right? Sometimes these people also say, they say, you people, you say you don't eat meat. There is also life in the vegetables. You are killing them. So, how can you say you are avoiding violence? You are not avoiding violence. You are also committing violence. So, better to eat this meat. That means, right?
Greater violence.
You are also committing violence because killing some entities. So, here in this verse, we see what Vishnu Chakravarti is saying. Everything is kind of because they are in our Vaishnava literature. He is saying, Nisevita cha asho animitta rupascha iti. Means, when you are engaged in serving Krishna, there is no ulterior motive, zero ulterior motive. That is animitta. Okay? Nisevita. Nisevita, seva, and then nisevita. Ni means upasarga is added. That means without any motive. Okay. Tena purva purva suddha bhaktir nisevito angikrito isha swadharma tena ityartha. Thus, the practices and teachings that have been practiced and accepted by the pure devotees of the past should be followed. That means whimsical approach to devotional practice is negative here. You understand? Like Prabhupada has told us how we should practice. Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Thakur has said how we should practice. All our acharyas have said how we should practice. Then what we should do? We should just follow that. That is without any ulterior motive. Sometimes it becomes difficult to understand what is ulterior motive. Just take this Example. If you are following what previous Acharya said, then that is without any ulterior motive. Okay. Such a Smriti शास्त्रोक्त प्रमाण ही मृत जलादि भीर देह वस्त्र पात्रादि द्रव्य शुद्धि विधि रूप निर्मंत्र एवं किया. The Vedanta goes so detailed. The process of purification, which are suitable for bhakti, process like archan and other purification are suitable in bhakti. Like how? Here is said, let me do that. Smriti Shastra. In Smriti Shastra, there is recommendation given. How we can purify ourselves? Sometimes we use mritika. Mritika means soil, earth. You know? Here you don't know actually. In Vrindavan, how do the sadhus purify themselves? Mud. Okay? Then water. Mid, Jalal, Devi, Deha, Vastra, Patra, Dravya Suddhi. When you wash a pot with miti, soil and water, it becomes purified. Therefore, we have seen sometimes some sadhus in Vrindavan, they use this same command. Okay? You drink water from there, then they also clean it with Vrindavan gods and with water, and then we use Krishna service also. And they are very high level people. Okay? So here what is said is we have no other kind of intention than serving Krishna. So here it involves cleansing of the body as it is explained in Shruti Shastra. Clothes, utensils and other items with materials such as clay and water. It should be understood by being performed without the use of mantra. There is no mantra in the chanting at that time, right? You can just wash it. Tena mahi asa archanadi bhakti upajogitva prasastena. When you are without chanting but you are cleansing everything, your paraphernalia, your clothes, your body, then what happens? You become ready for his service. So, Vyakhyantere Madkrite Tyakta Karmana iti Maya Dishtan Api Slokan Dharman Santajityari Bhagavad Bhakti Virodha Tatha Atra Nisevita Padasya Vairatyamchasya. That means, I think I should not go in so much detail. Let us go directly to this. Nati Himsa. Okay, because we have very limited time. Okay. Nati Himsa. I was saying, no, that how you avoid this Himsa? Vishnu Chakoti Thakur is saying, he says, Ati Himsa Rahitena iti Ati Sabdena Bhagavan Mandira Marjana Lepana Tat Artha Annadi Vividha Annadi Vividha Naivedya Sadhanadeshu Ati Durvara Durlabhya Suksma Jiva Himsana means Sarpa, Patra, Mula, Phaladi, Trodhana, Api No Shati iti Kyavita. When you are doing this service for Krishna, why you are going to garden to pick flower? Because you want to give it to Krishna. Why you are preparing vegetable? Because you want to offer it to Krishna. Not for you. You are not doing for yourself. Because you want to do it for Krishna. Then this is not, because it is not for your purpose, for the purpose of worship. Therefore, he is saying it is not nati himsa. It is not very excessive violence. And that violence is actually allowed for you because you are serving Krishna. How can you survive without eating? You cannot survive without eating. So some level of himsa is allowed for you in this way because you are serving Krishna. So, the English translation is, the term nati himsena means without excessive violence. You see, it's not our word. Bhagwan says nati himsena, means not excessive violence, without excessive violence. Here, by the use of the word ati, it has been established that there is no fault in terms of violence, even in the acts of unavoidably and imperceptibly cause harm to subtle living entities, such as sweeping and smearing the temple of the Lord, preparing bhog offerings for Him, or activities like picking vegetables, flowers, roots, fruits, and flowers, etc., for the purpose of the Lord. This is called nati himsa. So this much violence is allowed from the Vaishnavas. Confused? Not confused. Because this is Bhagavatam is not himsa. And this much when you are doing for Krishna, oh, then I can kill a goat and offer to Krishna, then that will be okay. Right? If you are killing some vegetables and saying, oh, for Krishna, Krishna does not eat goat. You should understand that fast. What he eats, we have to offer to him. He eats only fruits, vegetables. Okay. Huh? Yeah, so he has said what he wants to eat. If you do that, that is not himsa. That is not pati himsa. So that much himsa is allowed. He is allowed it to happen. But those who are demon, they cannot understand this. They just try to give their version of scripture. Oh, you are killing the vegetable. Why? What is wrong for us in killing? That is ati himsa. You also will eat this vegetable food, then you will also be free from this sin. You are not committing violence. Any question, comment? Nothing, See, this is for our understanding. We are not just satisfied. When this philosophy is very nicely digested, you go talk, please, people will accept you entirely. Because you have realized it, you have understood it by following Acharya's concept. That means your consciousness is very purified now. And when you talk, people will respect, they will understand it. You, in Bhagavad Gita also there is Pancha Snana. Right? Pancha Snana. Pancha Mahajagya, you know? Not Pancha Mahajagya. Pancha Mahajagya is Adhyapanam Brahmajugyam Pittujugyam Sutarpanam Adhyapanam Brahmajugyam Pittujugyam Sutarpanam Homa Daiva Palim Bhote Nijitaniti Pujanam. These are 5 Mahajagya. Every household has to perform. But for you it is not required. If they are not doing, they are sinful. Right. Brahma, what is it? I said. First is studying together. Studying very good, okay? They have to study. Then they have to do tarma for the pitris. Okay? Adhyapanam Brahma Yagyam. study of the scripture is called Brahmacharya. And Pitriyajna to Tarpanam. To satisfy your Pitras, you have to give them oblations, water, Tarpanam, okay? Then, Homa Daiva. There is a recommendation for the Grahasthas to perform Homa different times for the different gods because you are benefiting from them. They are actually supplying you, right? And Balibhote. Balibhote means normal human behavior like, somebody's birthday, marriage ceremony, you are giving some gift, your daughter is married, then every month father is sending some gift for the daughter. You know this happens, right? In India they do it actually. This is called Balibhote. And Mrijajna Atithi Pujanam. What is Mrijajna? Some people are coming to your house without any intimation and you give them food. Or sometimes it is said a household after cooking food, before he eats, he will go out and he will ask if there is anyone hungry. He will feed them first, then he will eat. Mrijajna Atithi Pujanam. Okay? Then you are free from sin. So you are not doing that, you are even committing more sin than us. We are free from that, and this much violence is allowed. It's okay because we have to serve him. We are doing the service. That's Bhagavatam saying. What is standard? What you say is standard or what Bhagavatam says that is standard? Tell me. Asking this question. You are asking this question. What scripture are you following? At least I am speaking from Bhagavatam, nothing instead of. This is not Ahimsa. It is allowed from the Vaishnavas. Make sense? Okay. See you tomorrow. If you have anything to ask, you can ask tomorrow. Our Advaita Prabhu is like a policeman, Policeman is always ready. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Bhagwan
So tomorrow we meet 10 o'clock, 10 to 2, last session. Hopefully we are getting benefited from. Prabhuji leaves tomorrow morning for Bali, early morning.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow, day.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Day after tomorrow. And then he comes back, but that will be only for the night. It goes back to back on 8. So tomorrow, whatever question Prabhuji will be there, you can get your all the questions answered. Tomorrow I will not ask you to do so was to stay after 2 hours. No, I have no time.